Okay. Okay. Screen share करो. Screen share.
Screen share and one by one I'll select window में फिर वो expand वाला point.
तो screen share में window में जाता हूँ. Okay. Okay. And अभी window में अटक गया ये.
Window में फिर वो expand का file होगा.
हाँ window में. Okay fine. Let's go to expand. नहीं window से 1 second. Window.
Screen share करने के बाद window.
या विंडो के बाद कुछ हो नहीं रहा है, पर शेयर करके एक नीचे बटन है उसमें जाऊं.
हाँ ऊपर विंडो में आ रहा होगा ना एक्सपांड जो आपने पिच किया है वो दिख रहा होगा.
एक्सपांड कहाँ पे आ रहा है मेरा? एक्सपांड आई एम नॉट एबल टू सी एक्सपांड नाउ. एनीवे अभी लाइव सेशन, आई मीन लाइव सेशन नाउ. ओके बट मेरे को वो एक्सपांड दिख नहीं रहा है अभी. ओके ओके
फिर से कैंसिल करके फिर से स्क्रीन शेयर करो.
ओके यू कैन डू दैट.
स्क्रीन शेयर कैंसिल कर दो. जूम
वेयर इज दैट स्क्रीन शेयर?
तो कैंसिल हो गया, फिर से शेयर कर.
ओके
हाँ विंडोज में जाओ.
विंडो
तो इसमें यही है और कुछ है ही नहीं.
एक मिनट, दैट्स one step. Go to that. Nothing is happening. यही विंडो के बाद अटक रहे हैं हम लोग प्रभु जी.
भारत मेरा मीटिंग स्टार्ट हो गया.
ओके फाइन फाइन.
शेयर करने के बाद विंडो सिलेक्ट करके फिर एक्सपांड का एक टैब आएगा.
ओके वो एक्समाइंड वाला टैब आ नहीं रहा है. दैट्स
इसमें आया होगा.
ओके नीचे कर लो. या ओके फाइन. ओके फाइन. या हरे कृष्ण. थैंक यू. धन्यवाद.
अभी शेयर नहीं.
वो शेयर तो कर दो.
अच्छा शेयर कर लो.
हाँ ये आ गया ना.
ये आ गया. शेयर
ओके
कर.
शेयर कर दो.
इसको शेयर करो.
अभी
करो.
इसी में आई डोंट नो एनीवे.
अभी शेयर करना है.
शेयर
शेयर
कर.
हो गया शेयर.
हो गया.
या ओके
अभी इसमें आ रहा है.
ओके सो विल स्टार्ट.
हाँ यस यू कैन स्टार्ट.
Okay, everybody have Bhagavad Gita in your hand and we'll start.
Yes. And this screen is also available here in TV.
TV, fine. Hare Krishna. So welcome. International Society for Krishna Consciousness welcomes all the devotees for this 9th session of the 18th session Bhagavad Gita. So this is a very interesting class, and chapter 7 is entitled as the most confidential knowledge. It's called the Raj Vidya Yoga. So far we have seen that in the first chapter actually speaks about the problem. The problem in this world is we want to be happy, but we are not happy. So we find Arjuna in a mess. And to solve the problem of not being happy, the problem why we are unhappy is we have a plan and Krishna has a plan, and the plan we make, as much as it differs from Krishna's plan, we are unhappy. Arjuna, even though being a devotee, he is very unhappy because for some moment he had a plan which is different from the Lord's plan. To the extent our plan matches with Krishna's plan, we are happy. To the extent our plan is not in tune with Krishna's plan, we are unhappy. So Arjuna in the second chapter, in the 7th sloka, he says, Karpane dosupata sava prichami tam dam samudas cheta yakshaya shannishitan britan me shishasam sadiman prabhu. So he cries, I want that divine knowledge. I want the divine knowledge. So Krishna speaks about the divine knowledge. Arjuna gives 5 reasons for not taking up Krishna consciousness. First was compassion, which was smashed in chapter 2. The second reason was enjoyment, which is smashed in chapter 3. At the same time, Krishna says, it is the divine knowledge with which one can cut the greatest enemy, which is called as lust. So the divine knowledge is being mentioned in the 3rd chapter, which will remove the greatest enemy. So this divine knowledge in the 4th chapter, Krishna says that can be easily acquired. There are many ways to acquire this divine knowledge, but the easiest way is to let go tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena siva updeshantite jnana jnanina tattvadarshina. Then you will be very easily taking up this process. No, don't do anything. Yeah. So the easiest way to get this divine knowledge is just go to a bona fide spiritual master who comes in the disciplinic session and render humble manual service, and he can reveal this knowledge to you. In the 5th chapter, Krishna says that with this divine knowledge, you can see every body. You can, within the body, you can see the soul, whether it's a Brahman or a cow or an elephant or a dog or a dog eater. You will see the soul. At the same time, when you get more elevated in this divine knowledge, you will be able to observe the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Well-Wisher, Bhuktaram Yoga Tapasa. That's another way to purify the mind and understand, get this divine knowledge. That is by Dhyan Yoga. And Krishna actually smashes Arjuna's idea of running away from the battlefield and being a sannyasi, going to the forest. Krishna tells him that you have to go to a place which is not high or low and put a kushagras, then put a deer screen and a cloth, sit erect with your back, neck, and the head in one line, and focus on the tip of the nose. And let your mind not go either be there. Just focus on the tip of the nose. As soon as Arjuna hears this, he says, oh Krishna, you tell me to stop the flow of wind, I can do that. You tell me to stop the flow of water in a river or ocean, I will do that. But to stop the force of urges of the mind, it's very difficult for me. And that's what Krishna wanted. He said that, yes, I knew in the second chapter, in the first chapter itself, I told that you should not run away to the forest, take sannyas or anything. So best is you just follow Nishkam Karma Yoga or Bhakti Yoga. So Arjuna is asking in the sixth chapter that you are speaking so much about Bhakti Yoga. So what if somebody who's taking Bhakti Yoga and is not able to achieve the destination? He's not going back home, back to Godhead. So he will be neither in the, so he will be, what is his destination? Okay, Karma Yogi he falls down, or Gyan Yogi falls down, or Dhyan Yogi falls down. You're told it's difficult. Fine. You're telling me to promote Bhakti Yoga. Okay, before that, I would like to say that it is in the 3rd chapter, actually, Krishna explains Arjuna what exactly is Krishna's plan for Arjuna. Krishna knows that Arjuna is the person who is most popular in Dwapar Yuga. And it is Arjuna who can influence people. Like today we have actors, sports stars. So they influence people. Arjuna was the man. He's such a personality. Like whatever Arjuna will do, people will do. So Krishna wanted him to promote Bhakti Yoga. That's why Krishna says, Yadyad acharati shreshtas tattad eva itara jana. Arjuna, whatever Arjuna will do is what people in Dwapar will do. That was his like influence on the people. So Krishna wanted Arjuna to get up early, chant 16 rounds, follow 4 regulator principles, and be with the devotees and do his duty from 9 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the evening and come for Sandhya Arti and again go to bed early. So if Arjuna does that, people of Dwapar will do that. Arjuna should understand, actually Krishna wants Arjuna to set an example, inspiration for bringing a transformation for people who are already at the level of Sakam, Karmakand level or a Sakam Karma Yoga. Krishna wants Arjuna to uplift them like Janak Maharaj. He is a Paramahansa. Arjuna is a Paramahansa. Just be with the people, but be unattached. You do your activity. People will follow what you do. So Arjuna can be a sannyasi. He can go to the forest. But if Arjuna goes to the forest and the people also follow him in the forest. Arjuna can attain samadhi, but people, they will be stuck up somewhere in yam, niyam and pranayam. They will neither be a successful sannyasi nor they can go back home, back to their residence. They will be they will be just a object of mockery. So Arjuna should be careful not to lead them to such a path which they will follow, but they will not attain success. You all able to understand that? What I'm trying to say. So the plan of Krishna is that Arjuna should set an example, inspiration to bring that transformation. And if Arjuna is getting up early, people will also get up early. And gradually, when they see that Arjuna is performing activities not for his interest, for his spiritual master's interest, then people will also imitate him and try to uh, please spiritual master. In this way, they will be blessed. So this is the plan of Arjuna. So in sixth chapter, Arjuna is asking, what if a yogi, he is not able to go back home, back to Godhead? Then Krishna said, don't worry. Whatever little he has done, he can, in the next life, he will be either born in a rich family or in a Brahmana's family. In that life, again, he will get a chance to practice Krishna consciousness. And in this life, that there is a second chance, he will take it seriously and sincerely and go back, come back to Godhead. So in practicing Krishna consciousness, there is no loss. So Arjuna is now convinced in sixth chapter that Bhakti Yoga is the thing. Among the Bhakti Yogi, the gopis are the greatest. Yogi namapi sarvesham yadgatar mantar atmanam. So now that Krishna understood that Arjuna is ready for Bhakti Yoga, so since he is going to be the brand ambassador or the promoter of Bhakti Yoga, so he should know more about his product. Like Prabhupada was selling, ask one devotee, you're taking books, so much books. Tell me what is written in this book. Oh, Srila Prabhupada, I only know how to sell books, but I don't know what is in the book. So Prabhupada laughed. If you don't know what you're selling, people will not be impressed. In fact, a salesman should know what is the product he's going to sell. So Krishna is going to speak about the product Bhakti Yoga from chapter 7 to chapter 12. And in the 7th chapter, he shows the art of living, how to see Krishna in earth, water, fire, air, ether, and everywhere. So in this 8th chapter, Krishna talks about art of dying. And in the 9th chapter, Krishna is going to speak how to take up Krishna consciousness to the heart. Manmana Bhamad Bhakto. So that's what Krishna is saying. If you want to if you want to impress people or teach them Bhakti Yoga or influence them to Bhakti Yoga, we cannot force people, we can influence people. So you should know the product better. So in this 9th chapter, we are going little deeper than what we did in 7th, 8th, and in this 9th chapter, again more secrets will be revealed and Arjuna will be fully convinced this is the best thing to do. So for better understanding and easy assimilation of the subject matter, the 9th chapter will be taken in the following manner. Just now we saw the introduction. With this small introduction, we go to the purview. This session will be taken in the 4 phases. Phase 1, we will talk about the Raj, glorifying Krishna glorifies the divine knowledge in slok 1, 2, and 3. And phase 2, we will see from slok 4 to 10, Krishna talks about the opulences. And there's a reason for that, we'll see soon. And in phase 3, we will see the different kind of worshippers, the demigod worshippers, the Brahmavadis, Mayavadis, etc. And in the phase 4, directly he glorifies Bhakti Yoga, then conclusion and question answers. So let us get right into the first, we'll go to the phase 1 of this 9th chapter. Krishna glorifies the knowledge and he will reveal this to him. So for better understanding and easy assimilation of the subject matter, the phase 1, we will divide it into 3 sub-phases and subsections. In slok 1, Krishna tells that this knowledge will be revealed to those who are devotee and friend. That he said in 4th chapter, Bhaktosmi Saka Cheti. But here again you will add one more factor. Those who are not envious of Krishna or Krishna's devotees will understand Bhagavad Gita, the divine knowledge, by which we can cut the greatest enemy called lust. So in the second sloka, Krishna will say that, wow, this is the king of all knowledge and most confidential and joyfully can be performed. And the third sloka, Krishna will talk that the faithless people will never ever get this divine knowledge. So let us relish the slok 1 of chapter 9. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. So let us understand that whenever Vyas Muni says Shri, that means beautiful. Shri means beautiful. Who is beautiful? Krishna is beautiful. And whenever Vyas Muni says Bhagwan, it means not an ordinary person, not an important person. Very, very important person is going to speak. When an important person is speaking, he speaks less, but he speaks value. So we should pay attention. We should catch every word, every letter he speaks. So when Krishna is speaking, when Vyas Muni says it's Sri Bhagavan Vacha, that means the most important person is going to speak. That means we should pay topmost attention. Mind should be focused, and every letter, every word Krishna is going to speak. Idam tu te guhya tamam pravakshyami anasuyave jnanam vijnanam sahitam yagnatva mokshashaya subha. My dear Arjuna, I will reveal a secret about myself. This secret is difficult to understand. But I can reveal it to you because you are not envious. You are not going to find fault with me. Anusuyave, you are not going to find fault or you are not envious about me. By understanding this knowledge, you will become free from all miseries, ashubhat, from this world. This knowledge which I am going to give, Krishna is going to give, is with full of facts and full of realization. Jnana means facts and Vijnana means special knowledge, that is realization. Like Rasagula, yeah, is white in color, soft in to touch, and it is got 300 grams in weight, and it's made of milk and sugar. And wow, it is that is knowledge. And realization is when we pop the rasgulla in the mouth and we say wow, and we'll never ever forget rasgulla. That's Vigyan. So Krishna is going to give both Gyan and Vijnanam, knowledge and realized knowledge. And this knowledge, Krishna is going to say, is king of all the knowledge, and it's most confidential. Even though this knowledge is mentioned in Vedas, but people will not be able to find it where and how it is mentioned in the Vedas, unless and until it is being expressed by a spiritual master. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyaksha Avagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartam Abhyayam. This knowledge, O Arjuna, is the king of all knowledges, as bhakti is the king of all activities. So this knowledge about bhakti is also king of all the knowledges. This is the topmost secret because bhakti is a secret. It purifies one's existence so much one need not perform any other activities. Bhakti yoga purifies the mind, it cleans the mind like no other activity can clean, like what bhakti yoga cleans. And because it gives the direct perception of self by realization, it is the perfection of all religion. It is everlasting and it can be joyfully performed. Susukam kartam abhyayam. One has to experience this. How sweet is Rasgulla, how sweet is Rasgulla? I will say very sweet, very sweet. But the best way to understand how sweet is Rasgulla, just pop the Rasgulla in the mouth and we'll say, wow. So similarly, Bhakti Yoga is, wow, it's very good, very good. But I may say Bhakti Yoga is the best activity. I'm happy since I started Bhakti Yoga. But for you to understand Bhakti Yoga, just take up the Japmala, chant Hare Krishna, dance with the devotees, have prasadam, and you'll say, wow. So you have to experience this. So, and this process is joyful in the beginning, in the middle, and in the end also. So it's joyfully it can be performed. So Arjuna is asking Krishna, you have glorified this knowledge of bhakti by saying it is so wonderful and joyful to perform. But then why aren't people accepting this bhakti yoga? Why everybody is not taking up bhakti yoga? Oh Arjuna, this bhakti yoga is very confidential and the faithless cannot attain this bhakti yoga or the divine knowledge. For them, I'll keep it as a secret. अश्रद्धाना पुरुषा धर्मस्य हि धर्म अस्य परं तपा अप्राप्य मां निवर्तन्ते मृत्यु संसार वर्तमनि. Because they don't have faith, Arjuna, they have no faith in bhakti. Despite the fact that bhakti has been glorified, they don't understand this. They think that these words are false theology. Therefore, they must take birth again and again in this material world. Mrityu samsara vartamani. So in this way, we see Krishna is glorifying the divine knowledge, and those who take up the divine knowledge, they should have faith and they should be non-envious, and those who are envious will never ever get this wonderful divine knowledge. So to bring those who are faithless, like we say in Hindi that chamatkar ko namaskar. So we see something opulent, we get attracted. So Krishna says that, okay, he is going to speak about the Aishwarya Gyan or the opulence which Krishna is having. So this phase 2, we will be seeing from sloka number 4 to 10. And to understand this subject matter, we will take 3 subsection. In subsection A, we will see Krishna is telling he pervades and maintains the entire material world. And in phase 2, he says that he has created and destroyed the universe by his energies. And in phase 3, Krishna says he is the supreme director. So let us proceed to this phase 2 of chapter 9. Krishna pervades and maintains the entire world by his energy. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagad avyaktamurtina matstani sarvabhutani nachaham teshu avastita. But now here my Aishwarya knowledge of my opulence, which is needed for Dasya Bhakti, which is needed to become a devotee, this is needed to build up that faith. By hearing this confidential knowledge, you will increase your faith and devotion. Understand, Arjuna, I pervade this entire universe in my unmanifested form. That is the Brahma Jyoti, Nirakar, Nirvishesh Brahma. All beings are in me. That is in the Virat Rup. But I am not in them, like Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. So Krishna, as all the beings are within Krishna in the Virat Rup, and Krishna is not in them because he is Sachidananda Vigraha Swarup in Golok Vrindavan. Nacha matstani bhutani pashyami yogamashvaram bhutakri bhrinacha bhutasto mama atma bhuta bhavana. I don't associate with this material nature. Therefore, I am independent of it and the living beings. I am not dependent on anyone. But they are not independent of me. and yet everything is created by me and they do not rest on me. So Krishna, as Krishna in Golok Vrindavan expands and everything is created by Krishna. And Krishna in Vrindavan is a supreme enjoyer. He does his Ras Leela with the gopis and the Gocharan with the gopas. But still the material world, everything is going on. Nothing is resting on him. Everything is controlled by his energy. Oh Krishna, you have contradicted yourself. How is that? Krishna laughs. That is my expertise. Contradictions can find its place only in Krishna. Whereas for an ordinary person, he can be inside, not outside. But for Krishna, it is possible. He can be inside and outside. Krishna can sit in a place at the same time he can walk. So these contradictory things only can be achieved by God, that is Krishna. That is Krishna's expertise, Arjuna. Oh, behold my mystic opulence, which is impossible for others to understand. Although I am the maintainer of all the living beings, and although I am everywhere, I am not part of this cosmic world. Although Krishna is everywhere as a Brahma Jyoti or a Paramatma, but Krishna, as Krishna is not part of this material world, is in the Golok Vranda. For myself, I am the source of all the creation. So Krishna is really very different. Yata Akash. He gives another example. So please pay attention. Yata Akasha Sthito Nityam Vayu Sarvatra Go Mahan Tata Sarvani Bhutani Matstani Iti Upadharaya. Therefore, I am all pervading and aloof. It's something like considering Rahu's head. Rahu's head is different from Rahu, correct? But at the same time, it is Rahu. It is different. At the same time, it's one. Or just try understand this example, Arjuna. The wind blows everywhere, but yet it always rests in the sky. But we should understand that wind is in the sky, but it is not part of the sky. It is detached. Because of this because it's detached from the sky, you can say that this is not sky. At the same time, I am aloof from all the living being in my because I am in Golok Vrindavan. The living beings are not in me because I am in Golok Vrindavan, but everything is within me in my Virat Roop. That is Krishna's expertise. Like the wind is in the sky, but it is not part of the sky. Anyway, Arjuna is still confused. So he will ask few more questions. We will understand it better. Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Prakritim Yanti Mami Kaam Kalpashaya Punastani Kalpa Ado Vishrijami Ham. Oh Arjuna, oh Krishna, you told me to behold your mystic opulences, yet you gave me an example by which I can understand how they are mystical if I can understand them. So Krishna says, oh Arjuna, but the example I gave is of non-sentient beings, because the sky has got no consciousness and even the wind has got no consciousness. They are non-sentient beings. Arjuna, the sky is detached because it is inert, and both living being and I, we are conscious. That's why it's mystic. Conscious beings are attached to that support, and the supporters become attached to the dependent. Like a father is attached to, children are attached to the father. So, however, in my case, these statements are not applicable because Krishna is not dependent on anybody. He's conscious, but he's not dependent. This is an inconceivable mystery. Okay. So Krishna is talking as a difficult subject matter, but giving very simple examples. Prakritim swam avasthabhya vishrijami punha punha bhutagramam imam krishnam avasam prakrite vasat. Oh Krishna, so all living beings are in you. That I can understand now. But what happens during the great delusion of the universe when Brahma's night comes? What happens? Arjuna, at the end of Brahma's life or at the end of Brahma's night, all the living beings enter into me. When Brahma completes his 100 years, then the whole universe, they enter into me. That is Mahavishnu, by my nature, by my will. And at the beginning of the another millennium, all the living beings come out. More universes are created, and all the living beings are made to enter these universes. I create again, and they come out to enjoy again. I am aloof, still by my will, I do everything without touching this material nature. Wow. So Krishna is, as Mahavishnu, is producing universe again and again so that we can enjoy and understand that we cannot enjoy. Na cha mam tani karmani nibadnanti dhananjaya udasino vadasinam asaktam teshu karmashu. Oh, Krishna, you are performing so many activities. You are making universes and maintaining them and again bringing them. Yet you do not become bound like living entities. How is that? No karma acts on you, Krishna says. I am not bound by my work because I am not attachment. Attachment is the cause of bondage, Arjuna, not the work itself. I perform activities for different types. I am not bound because I am neutral. Like a soldier, when he fights for the nation, when he's ordered, he shoots and kills enemies. He gets a gold medal or Paramvir Chakra. But the same thing, when he goes home and he finds that his children or his wife is being teased by somebody and he shoots a bullet, again he's behind the bar. He's put into, that's a court martial for him. The act was the same. In the first, he did it in the first act. He did not do it for himself, but he did it for the nation. But in the second act, he did it for his own self. So immediately there was an action. He was bound. Another example we can give: a cashier. He takes money and puts it in the bank, and again withdraws money and give it to the customer. He is doing for the bank and the customers. But if the cashier removes some money separately and puts it in pocket, then again he will be caught because camera CC and all that will see him and put him behind the bar. So when we do activities without attachment, there is no bondage, but we do activities with attachment, bondage. So Krishna does everything not for his benefit, he's doing for others' welfare. That's why no bondage is there. It's so much Krishna is doing so that we living entities can enjoy material world. And Krishna is working hard. He's making these material universes, maintaining them, and he's also taking. And again, we are not satisfied. Again, he makes it. And so that is Krishna. He's so working hard so that we can enjoy separate from him. So Krishna is the supreme director that is being mentioned in sloka number. Nothing is there which Krishna does not know or Krishna is not in control of. Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam hetunanena kontaya jagadvipari vartate. How are you neutral, Krishna? It is my energy, Arjuna, the material energy which is producing, moving and the non-moving beings. I am only supervising. I simply glance over the nature and it begins to act. When Mahavishnu glances over the material world, like we studied today morning, the whole universe starts vibrating. earth, water, fire, air, either they start coming. Just as one catches fragrance being near the flower garden, one need not put his nose completely into the flower to get the fragrance. Just by standing near the flower, one gets the fragrance. Similarly, Krishna says that just by his glance, everything starts happening. Material nature works without my direct contact. Still, without me, nature cannot do anything. As without a king, ministers cannot do anything. Unless until king gives the sanction to the minister will not have the power to do anything. So similarly, Krishna is doing everything indirectly and he gives power to his energies. So in this way, Krishna is controlling the whole material and the spiritual world. Not a piece of stone can move without his permission. So there are different kinds of worshippers which are being mentioned from slok 11 to 25. This is very interesting. We pay attention, we'll understand how like bhakti is glorious. Fools consider that Krishna is an ordinary person. So Arjuna is saying that you are doing so much, still why people don't appreciate him. So we will see how, oh Krishna, you create and provide unlimited planets again and again, again and again. You're working so hard. Your form is full of knowledge and bliss. Sachidananda Vigraha Swarup, you're beautiful. You're the source of Mahavishnu. Yet, as Krishna, some people despise you. What is the reason for this? So Krishna is doing so much. Even is the cause of Mahavishnu, but still people don't. So Krishna is answering. Avajananti mamuda manushim tanumashritam parambhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwara. These people do not know that my form is superior even to Mahavishnu. And not knowing this they simply deride me. Hey, Krishna is an ordinary person. They do not understand that my existence is superior to Mahavishnu. Because I exhibit like a human-like form, son of Nanda Maharaj, a farmer, son of Vasudeva, a Kshatriya. They think I have acquired my qualities due to tapasya. Those who are ignorant speak in this way, and although even Brahma and Shiva worships me, they think I am an ordinary person. Avajananti mamuda manshum tanim ashrita. And for them, whatever they think, whatever they do, whatever they speak is of no use. Moga asha, moga karma, no, moga jnana, vicheta saha, rakshashim asurim chaiva, prakritim mohinim shrita. Oh Krishna, what is the destination of those who think that you are an ordinary human being? Your form is a human-like form, illusionary, and therefore they disrespect you. What will be their destination? Arjuna, those who are thus bewildered are attracted by my asuric and demonic views. In that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, their fruity activities, the culture of knowledge, everything is defeated. Moga asha, moga karma. Whatever they think, whatever they do is of no use. Who will understand you, Krishna? Those people just follow their evil, lusty, and violent nature. They respect me and they go to hell. Who are those who respect you, Krishna? And for that, Mahatmanam stumam partha Daivim prakritim ashrita bhajanti ananya manaso gnatva bhutadim avyayam. The fools will not understand me, but Mahatmas only will understand me, Arjuna. They know my personality. They understand that I have many forms, but they enjoy that. Although they are human being, the Mahatmas are human being. But they are divine. They know that I am superior even to Brahma and Shiva. Therefore, they develop deep faith and become fixed in me. They are Mahatmas. And those who call themselves Mahatma should mean that they understand Krishna is the supreme person of Godhead, is superior to Krishna. So what do these Mahatmas do, Krishna? How do they render service to you, Krishna? So what do these Mahatma do? Or what is the symptom of a Mahatma? Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridabhrita namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. Wow. So anybody who calls Mahatma, what do? They always perform my kirtan and endure with full determination. They go to my temples and pay their obeisances, falling on the ground like a stake, not caring for the dust or mud, but out of love, they do this for me. So that is Mahatma. They work for Krishna. They don't work for anything else, nation or international level. No, only for Krishna. So that is a symptom of a Mahatma. That is Krishna's view, not mine. so worshipping Krishna in his universal form and this Krishna. So we go further ahead. Krishna has got much more wonderful things to say. Jnana yajna chapi anya. First we spoke about those who are envious, they don't understand Krishna. Then we spoke about Mahatmas. Then we see Jnana yajna chapi anya yajantamam upasate ekatvena pratakvena bahuda vishvato mukam. This is another type of worshippers. Oh, however, Arjuna, there are others who worship me, but so we saw those who don't, Duratmas, then we saw Mahatmas, and everything is not black and white in this world. Black, white. Something is between black and white also. So we are. So Arjuna, however, there are others who worship me, but with the help of Jnana Yajna, they are not Mahatmas and they are not Duratmas also. They think that they are Lord and see no duality. They take the Gyan Yog mark and they think that they will also become God. Some worship, and there are others who worship demigods as Lord. And there are others who worship the universal form. So we see Duratmas, Mahatmas, and in between Duratma and Mahatma, we see there are the Mayavadis, there are the Devtavadis, and we see there are also some who worship the Virat Swarup. So that three kinds of personalities are mentioned in this sloka. Like in the 7th chapter, Krishna says there are 11 kinds of people. The 4 kinds of Duskriti Nam. Namam Duskritino Muda, Prapadante Naradama. Maya Aparita Jnana Asurim Bhava. That is clear. They are Duskriti. And then Krishna says, 4 kinds of people worship me. They are Chaturvida Bhajanti Mam Jana Sukritina Arjuna Artha Jigyasu Gyanita. They are there. So there are 8 kinds of human beings, but it's still not black and white. And there's some people who are Devtavadis, they are the 9th kind, and there are some Mayavadis, they are the 10th kind. And in the last look of some chapter, Krishna talks about the Brahmavadis. So nothing is black and white in this world. They are Mahatmas, they are Duratmas. So there's somebody who is worshipping demigods, somebody is worshipping Virat Rup, and there is somebody who is worshipping the Brahma Jyoti and wants to become a god. So that is mentioned in this particular sloka. Aham kartur aham yajna swadaham aham avshadam mantraham aham eva evagyam aham agnir aham hutam. And Krishna says that, but it is I who am the ritual, I am the sacrifice, I am the offering to the ancestors, the healing herb, I am the mantra, I am the butter, I am the fire, I am the offering. Krishna is everything. But Pitahamasya Jagato, Mata Data Pitamaha, Vedayam Pavitram Omkaram, Rigsamaya Jurevacha. I am the father, I am the mother, I am the grandfather of this universe, I am the object of knowledge. The syllable Om, Rig, Sama, and Yajur. I am. Gatir Bharta Prabhu Shakshi Nivasa Sarvanam Suhit Prabhava Pralaya Sthanam Nidanam Bijam Avyayam. I am the goal, I am the sustainer, I am the master, I am the witness, I am the word, the refuge and the dearest friend. Suhirda. I am the creation and the annihilation and the basis of everything, resting place and the eternal soul, the eternal seed. I am the eternal. So Krishna is revealing himself. Tapami aham varsham nigrinami utsrijami cha amritam cheva mrityum cha sadachat cham Arjuna. Hey Arjuna, I give the heat, I withhold and send forth rain. I am immortality, I am Amrita, I am also death personified. Both spirit and matter are in me. This is Krishna's opulence. So even though Krishna is doing so much, but still people, because of ignorance, don't understand Krishna. So I am situated in this universe, yet they do not worship me. Others who study Vedas, drink Soma juice, pray to go to heaven, worship me indirectly, purified of sinful reaction. They take birth in the Loka, where they enjoy celestial delights for 10,000 years. This is for the demigod worshippers. So the different kinds of worshippers are being mentioned, but in particular, the demigod worshippers are now being worshipped, were told by Krishna who they are. Traividya mam somapa putapapa yagyar ishtva swaragatim pratartayante te punyam asadaya surendra lokam ashnanti divyam divi deva bhogam. So in this way, the demigod worshippers, they do lot of tapasya and lot of yajna so that they can go to heaven. Surendra Lokam. Indra, Surendra. Sur means demigods, and the king of demigod, that is Indra. Surendra is Indra, and Surendra Lokam means Indra's Loka. So in this way, there are people who study Vedas and they want to drink Soma juice and they try to go to heaven. For thousands of years, they stay in heaven. But they should understand that Swarga is temporary. Again, they have to take birth. Tetam bhuktva sargaloka vishalam Chinne punya mृत्युलोक vishanti evam trai dharmam anuprapana gata agatam kama kama labate. After enjoying heavenly pleasures and having exhausted that pious credit, they return to this mortal planet again. Therefore, those who want to enjoy by following karma kand achieve only repeated birth, death in this material world. Gata agata kama kama labante. Even after working so hard, the demigod worshippers, they work harder than the devotees, but they have to take birth again and again in this material. Whereas devotees, they go back to Godhead, and they relish unlimited pleasure. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhyuktanam yogakshema vahamyam. But those who are my pure devotees, they do not enjoy happiness in this material world from their karma. Such learned souls who desire eternal association with me by meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and preserve what they have. Although they do not desire anything from me, still I still provide it. Even the burden of maintaining their body is carried by me. Like a boy, a lover carries the body of his beloved, or a householder takes care of his own family. Oh Krishna, what a shame. What kind of devotees are those who order you to carry their needs on their head? Krishna, Vahami Aham. So Krishna says, see, the difference is that in the previous, the demigod worshippers, they work hard to go to heaven. But after few years, again, they have to come to the material world. But for the devotees, they don't work hard as the demigods, but Krishna takes care of them. That is the beauty of bhakti. Krishna says, Arjuna, they do not give me any burden. They do not give me this burden. I take it on my own. I take it by my own sweet will. I can create universe and I can float them. I can take the burden of universe. So this is not a burden for me. Like a child, like a mother carries a child in the shoulder or in a back. In Africa, we see mother is carrying the child in the back, but it's out of love. It's not a burden for the mother. Rather, I do it out of love for them, just like a young man who loves a girl carries his beloved on his shoulder. In this same way, I take pleasure in carrying the needs of my devotees. This is how Krishna is very, 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 you know, uh, in a way takes care of the devotees. Whereas the non-devotees, whoever they are, demigod worshipper, they work hard. They have to be on their own. Ye api anya devta bhakta yajanti shraddhaya anvita te api maneva kontaya yajanti avidhi purvakam. What about those who are worshipping the demigods Krishna? They are also your worshippers. What about their benefits? Why are you not taking care of them? Why don't they come to you? You are very partial, Krishna. No. They think that demigods are the ones who are granting these benedictions. They are worshipping me, but indirectly. It's like this. For eating food, we put the food into the mouth, but that's an indirect way of eating also, by putting a tube in the nose and putting it in the forcing it into the nose. It happens. So that is an indirect way of drinking water or indirect way of eating food. But the direct way is food. So demigod worshipping is also a form of worshipping, but it's not a direct way. It's an indirect way of worshipping me. So in the 7th chapter, Krishna says that I am not partial. So that I'm not repeating that point again. Aham hi sarvayagyanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha natu mama bijananti tatvenantascha vanti te. They neglect the path that brings to me. The demigod worshippers, they neglect that path. They do not follow it, and thus they do not come to me. I am the only enjoyer and the master of all sacrifices. Bhokta cha prabhur evacha. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature, they fall down. even they worship the demigods, they will fall down. Yanti devavrata devan pitriyanti pritivrata bhutani yante bhutejya yanti madhya jvabhiman. All these forms which they worship are my forms, but they think demigods are supreme and do not come to me. My devotees also worship the demigods, like Radharani worships the sun god, while Radharani worships Katyani Devi, Radharani worships Ganeshji, so that she can perform better devotional service. That's different. But these demigod worshippers, they think that demigod is superior to me, and they do not know me, and that's why they do not attain me. Those who are in goodness, they worship demigods and attain demigods. And those who are in passion, they worship forefathers and go to forefathers. And those in ignorance who worship ghosts will go to the planet of ghost. And but those who worship the Nirguna above the modes, that is Krishna, will come to me. This section is very important. Those people who worship the demigods think Indra is Lord, he is the supreme object of worship. But my devotees think Krishna is manifested in so many demigods. Krishna expands himself as Indra, Surya, Chandra. He is actually supplying rain, sunlight through the demigods. And Krishna is the supreme Lord. And therefore he should be worshipped. Even though both may perform the same activities, even Radharani is worshipping sun god and somebody else is worshipping sun god. But the worshippers of the demigods have a different consciousness, and Radharani has got a different consciousness. That's why the demigod worship goes to a different place and again fall down. And my devotees, when they worship demigods, they go to Shiva, they go to Ganesh, they go to Suresh, but they only ask for bhakti. But my devotees know that I am unlimited and that I am supreme controller. Therefore, they will come to me. They will not fall down. They will remain in me and never fall down. To worship other demigods, one must endure so much, so much, so much, so much. This is very interesting. They have to endure so much. And how much is the most interesting part of this chapter and part of Bhakti. So pay attention. It's very interesting. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. So the non-devotees, they have to endure so much, whereas Krishna says, my loving devotees, they just offer with love and devotion one leaf, one flower, one fruit, drop of water, and they have done that job. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachate tadaham bhaktya upahartam asnami prayatatmana. My devotees, they don't endure so much, but in the heart of the heart, their heart is pure and they love me. And with love, they offer one leaf, one flower, one fruit, and little water. But they do it with love and devotion and accept it. Whereas non-devotees, they work hard and they suffer. Whereas my devotees, they do little and they are in pleasure. One can offer me things which are easily available. Thus, they must be offered with love. I eat that which is offered with love. Although I have no desire to eat and I am not hungry, devotion is the appetizer that creates my appetite. My devotee's mood of love makes me eat. a pure heart with no other desire, that is what is love, that is bhakti, Arjuna. My dear Krishna, you have explained many types of activities and different types of devotees, but what is the qualification of like what is my qualification and what is the qualification of those people who are influenced by me? Oh Arjuna, for Arjuna may be a great soul, but people in general are not at the level of Nishkam Karma Yoga. At present, they are unable to give the karma completely. They are not at the level of Nishkam Karma Yoga. Thus, they do not have the qualification for pure devotee. Still, they are not so attached that still they are not so attached to perform sakam karma. Rather, you should perform niskam karma. This is Krishna telling to Arjuna to set an example for a common people to follow him. So, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer, whatever you give, whatever austerities you perform, do as an offering to me. That is Nishkam Karma. So, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam is for those who are pure devotees. If somebody is not a pure devotee, what he should do? Yat karoshi yadashnashi yajyosi dadashi yad tapassi kontaya tatkurishva mad arpanam. Do that as a niskam karma yoga. Do it as an offering, but don't be attached. Do it in a mood of detachment. Shubha Shubha Palerevam Mokshashi Karma Bandhane Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma Vimukta Mam Upai Ishyasi. So what is the difference between that and pure devotion? What is the difference between Patram Pusham Phalam Toyam and what is the difference between Yat Karoshi Yat Tachnashi? Oh Arjuna, my pure devotees have offered their very life to me. So there is no offering of the fruits of activities because they think they and all their activities are already offered. Whereas the other devotees, they perform activities and they think they are the doer. And then they offer them to me. They have the mood of karta. So there is still some false ego, ahankar, aham karta. But do not worry, Arjuna. You just offer your activity to me. And if you act like this, you will be setting a good example for others. Yad acharatis shreshtas. And if you do that and inspire others to bring that transformation, I will bless you. In this way, you will be freed from karma and its auspicious and inauspicious results. Shubha Ashubha. Phale Revam, Moksha Shi Karma Bandhane. Just follow the instructions of the spiritual master, Arjuna. Shubha Ashubha will be taken away. With your mind fixed on me, in this principle of renunciation, you will get special moksha and you will come to me, Arjuna. Sannyasa yoga yaktena vimukta mam upasyasi. So, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Oh, Krishna, you deliver only your devotees and bring them to you and not the non-devotees? Does this mean that you have attachment and aversion? But does that mean that you are partial to your devotees and you look down upon your non-devotees? No, Arjuna. Samoham sarva bhuteshu na me dvesho asti na priya ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. No, Arjuna, I am not partial, but my devotees are in me and I'm in them. Actually, I am everything. Actually, I am in everything and everything is in me. My devotees are attached to me, but others have no dealings with me. Practically speaking, for them I do not exist. किसने दुनिया बनाया, क्यों बनाया, हमको क्या लेना देना. I don't exist. Actually, there are so many living entities. I maintain everyone. Therefore, I'm equal like rain. Samoham. But some trees are watered by the rain, give sweet fruit, and others give bitter fruit. That is not the defect of the rain, Arjuna. It is the nature of that tree. It is not my attachment or aversion, Arjuna. I am rewarding equally, but my devotees get special treatment, so much so that even if he commits the most abominable action, if he still is determined to serve me, I do not reject him. Rather, he is still to be considered as sadhu, saintly person. Api chetu suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhav sadureva samantabhya samyak vyavastito hi saha. Samyak vyavastito hi saha. He's fixed in the right mood, even if he's done the most abominable act. Oh Krishna, yes, I accept that he is sadhu if he's worshipping you. But if he is doing nonsense, then he's not sadhu. No, Arjuna, no. In every regard, he is a sadhu because he is properly resolved to serve me. He is thinking, I am unable to give up this sinful activity and I am probably going to hell. But I will never give up devotional service to Krishna. Therefore, I consider him as sadhu, Arjuna. Oh Krishna, but how do you accept that service of such a irreligious man whose heart is polluted by lust, anger, and greed? Aren't his offerings contaminated by these things? Shipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shanti nigacchate kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Arjuna, he very quickly becomes righteous, and I accept him because he laments, remembering me again and again. And because of the lamentation in his heart, he burns and thinks, alas, alas, there is no other devotee lower than me. I am a black spot in the society of devotees. Again and again he curses himself. But he is fixed in Krishna consciousness, and thus he becomes purified due to his repentance. In the fire of repentance, all his sins go away. Oh, Arjuna, you can think it in this way. Such a person, even when committing sins, his righteousness existed in him in a subtle form. He is thinking the medicine of the devotion, although he's taking the medicine of devotion, although the fever remains. He is not afraid, for he knows that the fever is fever of doing the sinful activity, improper activity will go because he's taking the medicine of devotional service. That is the power of taking the medicine of devotional service. The sinful acts are like snakes with fangs removed, and thus he obtains eternal peace, for his lust will go away and never return. Oh Krishna, I understand that you are saying that he will become righteous. There is no dispute. I don't disagree with that. But if he remains sinful and does abominable activities, do we still consider him as a sadhu during his life? Krishna becomes angry. With his eyes big, he shouts at Arjuna, my devotees never perishes. Even if he dies, he will not become degraded. In 6th chapter, again Krishna says, they will again take birth in a rich man family or a Brahman's family. Arjuna is worried. Oh Krishna, I agree. Many people will not agree. Arjuna is sad. How can I help them to understand this? I agree with you. I understand. But people will not understand. How can I help them understand that? Arjuna, take mirdangas, take kartals, take drums, bang everything loudly. Go. Wherever they are speaking like this, raise both the hands in the air and take a vow, make a vow. Take an oath in my name, saying this. Devotees, the Lord's devotees, even if improperly behaving, shall never perish. Kauntaya pratijanihi me name bhaktas pranashati. So what will happen, Krishna? When you speak like this, Arjuna, all the people will fall at your feet out of love and say, oh Arjuna, you are my guru. But Krishna, why are you asking me to do this? Why are you asking me to take this vow? Why are you yourself not speaking this? Krishna thinks. And he says, I like my devotees very much, Arjuna. I cannot tolerate any problems to my devotees, or I cannot tolerate any problems coming to my devotees. I always protect my devotees. On this battlefield, I will break my vow when you are fighting with Bhishma, and people will only know this Bhagavad Gita after the battle, and they will say, oh, Krishna spoke so many words, but he broke all of them. However, they know that my devotees' words, your words are like lines on the stone. Therefore, you should make this vow, Arjuna. So go where people doubt your potency of devotion. Make this declaration boldly that even those of sinful birth who naturally impious, if they get association of my devotees and surrender, I will give them shelter, and I can take them to the supreme destination. Wow. Mam hi partha vipa ashrita ye apishu papayo naya striyo vaisho tata sudra te apiyanti param gatim. What will happen, Krishna? So this is previous slide. Yeah. Mami partha vipa ashrita. So even sinful people, even if they take up Krishna consciousness by surrendering to us pure devotee, they may be women or Vaishya or Shudra, they will also get supreme destination. So in the 6th chapter, Krishna says, even if somebody leaves bhakti half complete, still they will get another chance. In the 7th chapter, he speaks about the art of living. In the 8th chapter, he talks about art of dying. In the 9th chapter, Krishna is saying, even the sinful people can take it up. Striya Vaishya Shudras. So what to speak about you, Arjuna? Kim punar brahmana punya bhakta rajarisha tata anityam asukam lokam imam prapya bhajasvamam. What to speak about the Brahman and the devotees and saintly kings like you? Therefore, Arjuna, even though you have taken a temporary body in this world, you are a Raj Rishi, so render service to me and be happy. But how to render service? Manmana bhav mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskaro mam eva sashi yukta vevam atmana mat parayana. How should I do that service, Krishna? Fix your mind on me, Arjuna. Do not just work with body. Let the mind go elsewhere. No, first fix your mind on me. Not like a servant of the king who renders service, but his mind is in salary and relatives. No, that is not a symptom of devotion. So much service may be done, but mind is the key and is the test. The mind must be fixed on the object of the service. Therefore, O Arjuna, fix your mind on me, and thinking should be natural like honey which flows from the bottle. Fix the mind like that. Become my devotee, worship me, and then with love, offer your obeisances to me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. So, this is the beauty of devotional service. So, the power of devotional service, glories of devotional service is mentioned that even a devotee performs an abominable activity, but he still continues practicing Krishna consciousness. He should be considered as a sadhu. So he may take up this process, he will regret and take up this process again, and he'll make his life successful. Or he leaves the body again. In the 6th chapter, Krishna says he will get second chance. And if he is serious, and in that lifetime, he will be serious and sincere, and thus he will make his life successful. In this chapter, Krishna is emphasizing to do service, but service with heart, with mind. Man manabha mad bhakto. So mind is the key. So Krishna says Bhakti Yoga is simple, easy, Raj Vidya, and it's Rajaguhyam. Take up this process. Be a devotee. Make others devotee. Be happy and make others happy. And please Prabhupada and make your life successful. Hare Krishna. So with this conclusion, we will have question answer session. And thank you very much. So thank you very much. So Hare Krishna.